Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks on how to edit faster, and also show you guys one edit specifically that is completely underrated, and which will help you guys out a ton with winning a lot more gunfights. It's probably one of the most overpowered edits in the game. Just, I don't really see too many people talking about it, so I wanted to be sharing with you guys that in this video, so definitely stay to the end because this edit is a must-have and a must-practice for every single player in this game. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. I'm going to be giving away 2,000 V-Bucks. And if you guys want a chance to enter this giveaway, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel, turn on my post notifications, and as well leave a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be entered into the giveaway. So make sure you guys do enter if you guys want a chance to win. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best edit in this game. This is one of the most overpowered edits. It's super strong, and a lot of people don't really do this, or I see it decently often in pubs, but it's one of those things that a lot of people that I've seen have not used it, and it is so overpowered and so good. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what that edit is and exactly how to do it, and also some different ways to practice it as well. And so when you're going on edits for other players, there's a lot of different edits you can go for. Some people edit the top 3 squares. Some people edit on the corner left or the corner right to go for shots. Some people edit windows, which necessarily isn't bad, especially for myself because I play on linear set or legacy settings. Actually, I have that auto rotation when I aim down my sights. So when I go for window shots, it's not bad at all. I can just go for a quick edit on a window or a wall, press L2, and it's going to rotate to the other player, and I'm probably going to be able to hit my shots. But the only problem with that is it's not bad, but the only issue is you're probably going to end up, especially if you're going against a good player, you're more than likely going to be trading shots with them, meaning that when you take a shot, they're also going to take a shot. So basically, you guys are hitting for equal amount of damage. And I mean, of course, sometimes you hit for 30 or they hit for 30, but you both are trading shots. They're hitting you and you're hitting them. So you want to give yourself the biggest possible advantage, because pretty much in this game, anytime you go for a shot, that you're pretty much left yourself open to getting shot back at. So when you do that, you want to try to make yourself the hardest target to possibly hit, because when you are fighting the other player, it's going to be pretty difficult to go get a shot. And here I'm demonstrating. So when you go for the edit, I mean, the other player clearly has a wide open shot on you, and if you're going against like a mediocre to average player, a lot of times you can get away with this and go for a quick shot, quick edit. But if you're going against someone very, very good, most of the time you guys are going to be trading shots. They're going to be hitting you, and it's just not going to be the best move in this situation. So same with all these other edits when you talk about the corner edits, the left or right, or even like the top squares. But one edit specifically that you want to do that's super overpowered is going to be this edit right here. And the reason why this edit is so strong is because on this edit, you have that right hand peek advantage. So you're already peeking on the right side. And on top of that, you pretty much have the slimmest, I mean, the other player has the slimmest sight on you. Here's just from another perspective. This is the angle that they see you at, and it's almost impossible to read just because, first of all, it's on your left. When you're outside of the box, it's on your left side, and on top of that, it's hard to predict when they're jumping, and also to hit that. Even if you're able to hit, you're going to be hitting for probably 30 damage at most. It's very difficult to get a shot on the other player, and even if you do, you're probably going to be hitting for a lot less damage. So this edit here specifically is extremely overpowered, and a lot of people should be using this. And I also want to give you guys some tips on some different ways to practice this, but I really wanted to just demonstrate how strong this was, and I demonstrated, from the other perspective. It's just very, very strong. And also when you're doing this, you want to do it on the right side. I mean, you can do it on the left side, but you pretty much screw yourself over because you give the other guy a right hand peek. So when you're going for this edit, you always want to edit these right upper 3 squares, the top right side, because when you edit the top right side, then that means the wall that's going to be cut in half, it's going to be on your right side. So you're going to have that right hand advantage. And of course, on keyboard and mouse, this movement is so easy because you have like the small movements you can make a lot easier than you can on controller. So for for keyboard and mouse players, this edit is just going to be a walk in the park. Super easy to do, no problem whatsoever. But for controller players, it's a lot more difficult, especially if you guys play on linear, where you're not able to make those small analog stick movements, it's going to be very difficult to hit this edit consistently. So I want to give you guys a quick tip that really helps me out a lot when it comes to hitting this edit consistently, and that's something I don't really know what the word. I guess you would call it strafing, where basically you're moving more with your left analog stick and then your right analog stick. So for instance, right, if you're standing still and you're going for edit, you're just standing still and going for an edit. And when you're doing this, it's kind of difficult to get that edit consistently because you don't have that small analog stick movement. But one thing you can do instead is basically you're moving and dragging at the same time. So what's basically happening is you're going to be moving your right analog stick very, very little, and you're going to be moving your left analog stick more. So I'm going to demonstrate exactly how that looks like, because it might be kind of confusing when I explain it. How it is. So here I am strafing. So when you're ADSing and then you're moving back and forth, that's kind of like what I mean by strafing. So for instance, if you're ADSing and looking straight, then you have your right analog stick and you can move left to right. But instead of doing that, you can aim down your sights and basically aim with your left analog stick, so you're moving over, and that's exactly what I'm doing here when I'm editing. As you can see, I'm basically dragging my player over, so I'm going from left to right while I'm editing, and when I'm doing that, it allows me to make those smaller analog stick movements 10 times easier because I'm not specifically reliant on just one analog stick. I have 2 analog sticks pretty much working for me, and this makes it a lot easier to hit the edits consistently. And this edit could do, I mean, this movement here could be with any sort of edit in the game. I mean, it doesn't have to be that edit specifically, but when you're strafing and you're going for shots, it's a lot easier because you're basically having to move your right analog stick a lot less. So when you're going for edits, it's going to be a lot easier to hit that edit, because unless you're playing on Legacy, I mean, even if you are, because I'm playing on Legacy, even if you are playing on Legacy, some of those small analog stick movements are still hard to make. They're very, very easy on keyboard and mouse, and that's a huge advantage that they have. And I'm going to demonstrate, because I played on keyboard and mouse for like 3 weeks max, 2-3 weeks max, and I'm already better at this edit on keyboard and mouse than I am on controller. So here I am just showing you what the strafing looks like. So you can either just move your right analog stick, or you can move your entire body with it. So I think that's just really the best way to edit, and I'm able to hit these edits a lot more consistent. Of course, I'm not going to be able to hit it every single time, but it feels a lot more consistent and a lot easier to do it this way because I don't have to strictly rely on my right analog stick, which can be a pain sometimes, especially with those small analog stick movements. It's going to be very difficult to do so. And also another really good way to practice this is you want to build a wall, then you want to jump over it, and then keep building a wall in front of you, and you want to keep going for this edit. And this is probably another really good way to practice it as well, because there really isn't too many ways you can practice. I mean, I guess you can maybe incorporate it in maybe like a free build, but this type of edit, you really, it's because when you're doing this in game, you're basically doing it out of a box. You're not really doing it in a free build by any means. So most of the time you're doing this, you're going to be doing it inside of a box. And here me is doing it on keyboard and mouse, and keyboard and mouse is so much easier to do. I'm already a lot better at doing this than I was on controller, just because, to prove my point, I guess the small movements that you have to make is a lot easier on keyboard and mouse. So with keyboard and mouse, it's going to be a lot easier. So for those of you guys on controller, you definitely do have a disadvantage when it comes to this specific edit. But this edit is super strong, as I demonstrated at the very beginning, because when you're going for this edit, you're basically giving yourself an easier chance to hit the other player while giving them a harder chance to hit you. Just because of the angle that they see you at, it's very difficult for them to get any sort of shot or to read any shots on you, because the angle that they have is very, very slim, and you're pretty much only peeking your head out. And even if they're able to get a shot on you, I mean, they're hitting for 30 damage max if they are able to hit you whatsoever. So this edit, specifically this one edit, I think I had to make a full 10-minute video on it, just because it's just the best edit in the game by far, especially now in Chapter 2, when I think the cross platforms in the game, so you're constantly facing keyboard and mouse players all the time. So you're going to have to get creative with a bunch of edits, and you're going to have to go for edits that are going to be, I guess, proven effective, that are going to be very, very good. So if you can match this edit here and actually pull it off in game, which a lot of situations are when you're in a box trying to go for a shot on another player, this edit is going to be very effective at it. I'm sure you guys will find that out very soon. But for those of you guys on controller, like I mentioned like 10,000 times this video, it is going to be a lot more difficult. So you will have to practice this quite a bit to get very efficient at it. But once you get very efficient at it, once you get very good, it is going to be very strong and very effective for games. And with that being said, that's what I put for this video. video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, turn on my post notifications so you guys are notified for every single new video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.